now, again, because everyone is connected socially, whether it's through To-Go, Mixit, UCOS, etc., you now have an opportunity to make an appeal and then build off of that appeal. So what I find with the company that I'm working with, it's a company called Sponlet, and we do digital distribution, and we've got a strong catalog of gospel artists. But what happens with a lot of the artists is folks just aren't accustomed to building the brand for themselves and thinking that they've got to do all of the heavy lifting. So they bring music in, we upload it, but if you upload it to 120 countries, it sounds really good, but if people in 120 countries don't know who you are, there's never a connection and you're never in a position to monetize your music. So it again goes back to how do you build a brand. You have to start with what you represent, what you're trying to communicate to a particular target market. Make sure you create an emotional connection with the target market so they understand who you are as a brand and they respect and they're able to now go out and tell someone else, listen to this artist because this artist has a meaningful message or something about them created an emotional connection with me. And I think they're worthy of being part of our group. And from that group, the artist's music spreads to another group and it continues to spread. But if folks are financially challenged and they don't have financial backers to put money in, to hire a PR consultant, to be able to do a promotional radio tour, to be able to get on a tour, then it comes back to you taking the initiative to building your own brand. Again, using the tools that are available that haven't been available in the past, but really, really leveraging off of those. You find that you have, if you send a Twitter message to the 5 fans that you have, and you make an appeal to them, please support my music, and tell as many family and friends as you can to support it. 5 grows into 25, the 25 grows into 100, and 100 grows into a higher number. And also, when you look at the studies, almost everyone recognizes that word of mouth and self-advertising is more important than paying for paid advertising. Because when you pay for it, a lot of people disregard it. But again, if you can create an emotional connection and connect to your target audience base, it puts you in a good position that you can't lose that fan. They're going to be a fan from day one, and they're going to continue to grow and support you. So a few things that we've done to test it is really take an artist to the radio, and it can be a big artist like Two-Face. He could go to the radio, everyone could love the music, but if he doesn't tell them to support his music, people are passive. They just don't do anything. They'll listen to it when they get it on the radio, or they'll get a bootleg copy. But if you're able to educate your target market to say that I really need your support because I'm an artist and I want to be looked at as a professional, just like you look at a doctor, you look at a lawyer, or you look at a dentist. The creative arts industry is just as important as any other profession. But if you don't make an appeal to the fan base and the support, then people take it for granted. So whether it's the grassroots fan base that you have, or it's a church body that you have, you've got to start, I guess, within the locus of your control to really say, let me appeal to who I can. And again, there was a few slides that were going across the board. Some said integrity, some said courage, some said responsibility. I think those are the things that are necessary to not only build, but maintain a strong brand. Because the brand, again, is perception is reality. So if you project a certain perception, then people are going to believe that's what you represent, and if they align with what you represent, then that starts off the brand building exercise that just continues to grow and grow and grow. And what you also find is that you could put out a project that's successful, but if you take your brand for granted and not appeal to the artist base and not give them what they expected to get from the first project, you end up putting yourself in a position where you allow your interests to start to wane. So it's, again, being true to yourself, creating an emotional connection with people that are interested in your music, interested in your message, and then taking advantage of all of the verticals that are around you, whether it's your friends, whether it's church-based, whether it's printing cards, whether it's going to events and doing self-promotion to build your base. And once you build your base, you take advantage of digital, Facebook, Twitter, social media networks, YouTube, and just push messages out to all the touch points that are available. It now puts you in a position to be more competitive despite the fact that you don't have a budget. And what you find is that you can take someone who's got a very strong budget or a very big budget, and you put them against somebody who's got passion, they've got zeal, and they're very interested in pushing themselves forward, and you'll see that they'll always win out. You may see a lot of advertising, but at the end of the day, that's really advertisement, and it's not really what's necessary to create a strong fan base. So that's basically what I'd like to say.